And Sydney FC skied the ball over halfway. Headed down by Ikezel. Sydney FC down the right as the ball played out by Hakoah. Throw in to be taken by the Sky Blues. Ventura throws it in. Van der Sarg works it back. Van Meurs. Nice work down the line by King. Tilio trying to find control, couldn't. As the ball goes out, it'll be a throw in for Hakoah. Now the reverse will be a throw in for Sydney FC. As again, Hakoah played the ball out, so rinse and repeat. A minute gone here, no score. As Van der Sarg works it back. King trying to play it down the line, eventually going out. So the throw in to be taken. Nice work there by Van der Sarg to head it down. Hakoah playing it forward again. As you're trying to control it but can't. Ball played down the line once more, trying to find here Sweeble. But at the end, stopped nicely by Katsionis, who plays that out. Did touch off Sydney FC, so it'll be a throw in on the far side. Shattuck to throw it in. Goes over halfway. But retreated back nicely for Sydney FC. Thomas Hewitt-Bell. Works it to the right. Scabilio back to Hewitt-Bell. Works it deep to the left. Goes out in another throw in. So, and at the 2-minute mark of this game, and Naji has possession now. Works it in the middle. Kuno. And that touched off by Sydney FC, so it goes out. Hearing good things about Okuno. Some say that he's the best signing for Hakoah this season. Sydney FC trying to work it down the middle, but shut down nicely by Hakoah. Now we see Hugh Cox trying to put it in the middle, but can't. At the end, it's retreated back for Hakoah. Finding Coombs. Ikezel now finds support in Jones. Harry Jones near the byline. And goes out, did touch off Sydney FC, so initially thinking there may have been a corner. No, it'll be a goal kick. The Sky Blues. Hewitt-Bell, of course, from Barker College. Been around the scene for a few years at Sydney FC. Looks it over halfway now. Ball now played up there by Ikezel. Ezekiel, a very good player for Hakoah. It's now Sydney FC working it to the left. Ball back in the middle, touch on nicely. Onside here, but Hakoah quickly shut that down. Does go past the byline. It will be a corner on this far side for Sydney FC, but Hakoah near to clear it. It will be Marco Tilio now. We'll have the corner on the far side. Tilio swings it in. Played away, Sydney FC second attempt, and it hits the top of the bar. Bounces back into field of play. Terrific effort there by Cox. Or by Van der Sarg, I should say, but shut down at the end. Now Sydney FC in position. Ventura trying to work it down, but played out once again there by Hakoah. Ventura throws it in. Again, Van der Sarg back to Ventura. To Van der Sarg. Shut down. And again, Ventura. Sweeble. Couldn't do much, and Hakoah again trying to win on the counter. And quickly shut down. Skadatas. Taken. Hakoah now get the free kick. Now the captain and Coombs wearing the armband with Walker out, of course. As we know, Walker has the groin injury, so hopefully we'll be back in a few weeks. Shattuck trying to work it down the line. Eventually taken down the challenge, but gets the free. Skadadas there with the challenge. So now on the right, Hakoah, Naji. Second attempt here as he works in the middle and the shot over the bar at the end, but it was a nice effort. Oliver Green would have been hoping he would get the first goal of the season for the club. Just not to be. And the goal kick will come in the way of Sydney FC. Warm day around Sydney. I think at one point temperature was up around about 31 degrees here. I can tell you it's 26 degrees. It's moved just 1 degree in the last hour and 15. As the ball is worked over halfway. There's the header there by Ventura. Sydney FC trying to hold possession here. On the right side, Coop. Down the line, Lamberton. Just can't get to the ball as it goes past the byline, and another goal kick for Hakoah. Ryan Naval, of course, as we know, Sutherland Sharks last season, played 22 games for him. In the season last year, now he's moved across to Hakoah. Down the line there, Coombs. Taken down the challenge there was Guthrie. Hearing good things too about Guthrie as well. Hakoah with a young side, as we know. As they got possession, but that pass with a bit too much from Katsionis. And it goes out. The interesting thing, of course, as we know, Sydney FC with the young side who have kept their head above water. I think a lot of people would have thought that in 2017 when they came in the first division that they'll be back the seconds, but they've really held themselves high as the ball's worked in. Chance pushed up there by Hewitt Bell, but then quickly takes it. It was a good effort. Kuno, as I said, we're hearing big things about him. And maybe that's a touch of the brilliance we'll see. As the ball goes out, but touched off Hakoah. Ventura. And now Van der Sarg. Back to Ventura. Scabilio finding Van Meurs. Down the line, and Sydney FC again trying to work it back in the middle. There's Lamberton into the box, but no control at all by Sweeble. Now the ball goes back. Sydney FC will get the foul. So no score here. We've had about 9 minutes of play. And don't forget, NPLNSW.com.au, all the information you need to know about the competitions. The ball goes past the byline. And that's where you'll be able to see team lists come through. Reviews of the matches written quite nicely by the whole team. Plus the news throughout the week you need to know. Plus you can jump on the Facebook page, NPL NSW on Facebook. All the information there, plus on Twitter as well. Norval to work it over halfway. And they get the free again, Sydney FC. Guthrie all over the back of Van der Sarg. Now it's Van der Sarg in the middle. Skadadas loses possession. Guthrie now. Okuno dispossessed nicely. Sydney FC trying to work it over halfway. And eventually goes back to Naval for Hakoah. Coombs. Now down the line again. Seacool. Now Sydney FC. Let that ball sit. It goes out. It'll be a throw in on the near touch. Head over the top by Lamberton. As the ball goes out. And throw in for Hakoah. Kuno again showing some good footwork. I'd say in the first couple of minutes he's impressed the fans here. Played at Albion Park, White Eagles from Tokyo. Kuno again with possession. Dispossessed nicely at the end by Skidadis. Ball work deep to the left. Now Lamberton on the run. Lamberton swings it across nicely. Marco Tilio and saved. Norval once again there. Good crowd in attendance for the first game of the season. It's interesting to note, Brad Walker, of course, was speaking on the Facebook page a couple of days ago. We'll get to that in a second as Sydney FC have the ball on the right. But again, Hakoah through Ezekiel. And now it's Green. Sydney FC again shut it down. Back to Scabilio. Now Skidadis. Tapped on nicely. See what they can deliver here, Sydney FC. Scabilio. Ventura. Nice chest by Jones. But again, Sydney FC have possession. And taken down, I think just inside the box here he was. Marco Tilio, and that's the call. And Sydney FC fans here, you can hear them in the venue, happy with the call. And we're going to see a PK for Sydney FC, the challenge there. I thought maybe it would have been a touch just outside the 18-yard box, but the referee right in centre of it and able to say that it was just inside the box. So the PK's been given. And it will be Marco Tilio who moves in and goal. Sydney FC get the first goal of the game, 1-0 at Hensley Athletic. 14 minutes of play and a good goal there to start things. Marco Tilio winning the penalty. And 14 minutes gone, the score is 1-0. Impressive start. It's now possession here through Cox, who works it to the right. Hakoah now. What will be the game plan in this situation here? Down 1-0 early. Guthrie dispossessed at the end by King. Now it's Van der Sarg who works it back. Just saying before, Brad Walker from Hakoah was saying on the Facebook page, NPL NSW, he was saying that he believes that they need to be in the top 5 this year, and I agree with the comments. Hakoah will be looking to have a big season. Knows that the teams to look at Apia and Mark Coney as the ball's worked into the box. But again, Noval is there. You can agree with that comment too. That Apia and Mark Coney are the strong team, same as Sydney Olympic. They're the 3 you look at. Don't forget, every game is live streamed as well as replayed. So anytime you want to watch the game, you can watch it on demand. There's possession down the right side, Guthrie, as the ball is touched out by Tilio. Got to say, how good is it to be able to watch every game? Super Sunday, as they say today is, the opening round. Ball on the left. And at the end, Sydney FC are able to shut it down. Ezekiel, on that occasion, who throws it back in. Now it's Coombs. Katsionis down the line. And eventually the ball goes past the byline, so it'll be another goal kick. They're down by Katsionis. Takanaji there in the middle. Shattuck. And again the ball goes out. Touched off the Sky Blues, so it'll be a throw in on that far side. Pitting the score 1-0. 17.5 gone. The favourite of Sky Blues after the penalty. Corno with a nice ball again. Just shut down by Sydney FC, who played well. The defensive line has been impressive so far. Ezekiel. Corno now eventually back to the left. Hakoah go. Jones pass back, and now we see Takanoji, I should say. So now the ball worked in the middle, but Sydney FC deflecting off them, so it'll be a corner. Corner taken. No opportunity, and it's in. Skittled along nice at the end. No, in fact, it's gone slide. I thought for a second it may have went in, so it went on the outside netting. Fans here were impressed for a moment, thinking that may have been the goal, but not the case at the end. And now we see Lamberton. Did definitely go to the outside of the post, but I think that had everybody, the fans here, thinking it did. Yeah, well, might have been the call as well. So Scabilio. Hewitt Bell. Now he works it over halfway. Jones. Ventura. Now quickly, had to be pushed back by Scabilio. Now, Hakoah on the attack. Shattuck. LG finding support. Now eventually they come back to Coombs on the left. Jones. Now back to Norval. Norval finds Katsionis. Cox. Darker works in the middle. Guthrie's taken down in the box. Not called. Now eventually is called. Saw for the linesman that he believed it was the case. And Stephen Lucas did look to the right and made the call. Now it's Guthrie who has the opportunity to make it even. Here's the attempt, and it's in. Guthrie makes it 1-1. So 2 penalties to start the match. Would there be any stats somewhere in the history book about 2 penalties to start the game? Penalty for each side? Probably not. The main thing is, they're on the board. So now, possession for Sydney FC. Opportunity for Sweeble. That's saved. Norval has possession. Green. Ezekiel. And Ezekiel again wants that to sit out. And it does, so it'll be a throw in. Now Harry Jones. And the ball goes out once more. Touch off Sydney FC, so another throw in. Now it'll be a throw in for Sydney FC. Ventura. That's chested down. And that goes out. Kuno with the throw in. Guthrie looking for a brace here. Has to find somebody in the middle. Decides to go out. Kuno works it. Too deep at the end. On that occasion, Cox was in just probably about 5 metres. Now Sydney FC have possession here, but it's headed down for Hakoah. Ball work to the outer side. Cox back. Coombs has possession once more. Ezekiel. Now Sydney FC through Skadatis. Macotilio. The ball now played deep to the right. Quickly Sydney FC's there. Going out and possession. White kit today. Ezekiel. Nice footwork. She wasn't ready for the ball, but still Sydney FC lose possession. Eventually they win the game on the right side. Ball played down by Tilio. Skadatis. Tapped on nicely there by Sweeble. Taken down to the challenge was Skadatis. And it's called by Lucas, the referee. Repeating, Mr. Lucas has called already 2 penalties, 1 for each side. And that's where we get the 1-1 scoreline. (3-2) the fouls department in the favour of Hakoah. (26 minutes on the clock). So from outside the box, it's played down. Marco Tilio, this is good work, but it's pushed off the legs there. Naval there, nice keeping, but wasn't that a good effort? Good planning, the thinking was on for Sydney FC. And now a corner on the near side. Tilio's going to be involved again here. Coop is short. And decides to go long and all push into the middle. Lamberton just can't control it. The ball goes out to this near touchline. So again, possession here on the left-hand side. Guthrie, Nagy now working it to the right. Oliver Green just can't. Eventually now wins it again. Opportunity saved once more by Thomas Heward-Bell. And now we come to the right. Lamberton from Bathurst. He works in the middle. Eventually Coombs plays it out. (1-1) the score line here. Ventura throws it down the line, but quickly played out. Too cool. It's now Sydney FC. Coop. And the foul called towards Hakoah. Challenge on Dominic Cox. As you can see with the sun beaming here at this venue, and because of the twilight time we're playing in, Roy Norval has the cap on. As now the ball is down the line here. Kuno can't hold possession. Scabilio finds here Vermeers. And now Skidadis on the left. Sydney FC once more looking to play it down the right. Scabilio, Ventura. Too much on that, but quickly stopped there by Coombs. Sydney FC on the roll once more. Lamberton's onside here, just needs to get a foot onto it, but Coombs quickly pushing it away. A leadership effort by him today so far. It's been a good performance at the back. Repeating, 1-1 the scoreline. Both were off penalties. Tilio and Guthrie. Guthrie, yeah. Should say. It's now Sydney FC. Again with this corner shut down. And now it's King. And it's Cox once more working it back. Shattuck. Now left-hand side is where the ball is at. Catilio trying to get onto it. Nicely done. Kuno. Jones. And now Cox. Caffrey. Catilio, I should say. It's been very good. Now Green trying to work it back in. The flex off Sydney. Now ball work down the line. Lamberton really trying to get to the ball, can't. Now Hakoah on the right. Farrell on the far side of the ground. Ball worked back. Ventura. Skibilio. Wood Bell now. So Sydney FC with possession once more. Vermeers with it again. Skidatis. Ball worked on to the left. Cross in the middle eventually is shut down. The ball looked like it went out, but just stayed on the field of play for a brief moment. We all thought it may have been called. Catilio trying to find Lamberton on the run. 33 minutes gone. Now the ball worked deep to the right. Again shut down by the Sky Blues. And now Lamberton again. But Coombs is so far having a good day. He's winning most of the challenges against Lamberton. I've got to say, that's been the key thing. Challenge between the two. As we see the ball boy come in and quickly get the ball to Ventura. Ventura now to work it down the line. Lamberton. And the ball goes out. Repeating, we're at 1-1 here between Sydney FC and Hakoah. 34 and a half gone. Nicholas Kutniak with you. Sunday twilight football. NPL New South Wales. Facebook, Twitter, and also on the website. All the information you need to know. The 2019 season of the men's 1, the 2s, and the 3s. State League as well as on the right side. Hakoah just didn't have the options there. Dominic Cox has been trying. The Sky Blues once more. On the right, Skibilio. And now turned over. Green. Back heel. Kuno. Paul nearly worked in the middle, but again shut down by King. That's here again. Cox. Hakoah once more on this right side. Kuno. The ball played out by Sydney FC. Kings had a good game. Now Kuno's effort there was pushed away by Sydney FC, but Hakoah trying to go a second time, but eventually the ball dribbles out. Ball thrown back into Kuno. Ikazil. Down to the right to Shattuck. Cox. And again, Sydney FC have possession here via Van der Sarg. Skibilio. Ventura. Van der Sarg again. Van Meurs. Skidadis. Skibilio. And again, Skibilio has to work it back. Kuno was on him. Kuno's been playing well today, as I said, very impressed with him. The question is, who's going to be able to get the lead? Of course, Sydney FC led the game early, 1-0, and then Hakoah got that penalty to even things up. Both goals were penalties too to start proceedings in this game. Skibilio on the right. Ventura. And now Skidadis. Ventura once more. Ball played out by Hakoah. Ventura again. Ball worked back to him. And now Coop. Pushed away by Hakoah once more. Defensive read has been good today. Katsionis has played a good game. I've got to say, again, I've been impressed with Coombs for Hakoah. Van der Sarg. Coop. Good ball. Amberton heads it. Norval was there in the right time. But you could see that Lamberton wants a goal here. He's been chomping at the bit. As Coombs working it back. Norval, for a moment, I thought maybe gave a little bit too much air before he put boot to ball. As now we see Van der Sarg, and that's shut down quickly by Hakoah. Approaching the 40th minute. Kuno. That's worked deep to the right. Taka. And the effort shut down at the end. Can't see on that occasion. His effort was shut down. And now Marco Tilio. Skidadis. Ball going back to Van Meurs. Van der Sarg. Scabilio. There's a man on the ground too for Hakoah. There's Marco Tilio. Referee's going to go back to him as the ball is played out. Trying to get back up here is Oliver Green. But he's back on the ground. Drink of water for him. Score here is 1-1 as we'll have an impromptu drinks break. So just having that drinks break here. As we've got that breeze coming from the East Garden Shopping Centre end of the ground. Still 27 degrees here. The feels like temperature. Always fascinating that, saying 29 degrees. Just having that drink. The impromptu drinks break. After Oliver Green was on the ground. So about to have the throw in here on the near side. Ball goes back to the keeper. So we had two games, of course, early on today. Blacktown City defeated Mount Georgetown Rangers 1-0 in the opening game of Mount George's NPL 1 tenure. Wollongong Wolves defeated Manly 2-1. And scores in the other games with 7 minutes remaining. Sutherland 1-0 over Sydney Olympic, which is a bit of a surprise. 1-1 here in that the other game. As we see Sydney FC trying to hold possession but can't. Hakoah get to it. It's 0-0 between Rockdale and Sydney United. It's now the ball back in Sydney FC's court. Ball worked out by Scabilio. And the score remains here 1-1. Kuno finding here Ikezel. There's now a throw back in. Opportunity for Hakoah. But again, Sydney FC there to shut it down. All worked down the line and eventually goes out. Coombs throwing it back in to Katsionis. Shattuck. Katsionis. Coombs. Nice touch off Jones. But again, Okuno wasn't ready. Bonshura throws it back in. And Scabilio's there. Remember, you can make a comment, of course, on the Facebook and YouTube pages, wherever you are watching. Great Mediums either one. Of course, with all the whiz-bang technology, you can have it streaming straight to your TV. As the ball was worked to the right. Looks like it's 2 minutes of injury time added. Just hearing from the PA. as we're about to see Norval quickly work it to the left. Time ticking away in the first half. As the ball is out. Ventura, Sydney FC once again. Just sitting back here, working it back to their own 18-yard box. Hewitt Bell. Nice chest and control by Hakoah through Harry Jones. And again, left-hand side sees Cox. Okuno in the middle. Oh, Taka's opportunity first time was stopped. Second time again stopped. Scabilio right position. Okuno passed back. Jones saved nicely by Hewitt Bell. And now Sydney FC is shirt pull there has been called. Hakoah have the free kick on the right as we've got a Sydney FC player on the ground, which is Skadatis. Jerry Skadatis on the ground here. Oh, wow. Hasn't this been an entertaining game? We all have half time as the whistle has been blown. The scoreline here repeating is 1-1 between Sydney FC and Hakoah, both for penalty goals to start the game. Marco Tilio, who was taken down, he took the penalty shot for Sydney FC and got it. And then we saw, Hakoah's man who's been everywhere so far in Gautier, who got the penalty after being taken down in the challenge. 1-1 to score half-time. He will be back in a couple of minutes for the second half at Hensley Athletic.
So much easier with commentating. So much better with the commentating because you're calling where they are.
I have to hope that we're off. find a parking spot and can't find a parking spot. That's when you know it's a very good crowd on hand, and that's what we've seen at the moment. And a good game too. To start the season off in what in many respects is a local derby. And the second half will start in just a tick. Hakoah just setting themselves up. And 1-1 the score. 45 minutes away from working out who will get the bragging rights of sorts. And we are underway for the second half. And quickly, it's Van der Sark who skies that. Norval just waits for the bounce and says, I'll just wait for it to go over the byline. And it will be a goal kick. Many things can be made out of this game so far. I think the impressive thing is the way Hakoah were able to come back. When you've got a young side, it's always pivotal. And I think Gavin Ray will be hoping that when the side's down, they don't drop their heads. And we saw that when they levelled things up. There's a disallowed goal as well, as now Taco wants to get possession, but the ball goes out. That's the key thing too, especially when you play against the older sides, as we know Sydney FC, and more of a younger side. But when you play your Apia Leichhardts or Marconi, you are going to face sides who are seasoned players and don't want to put your heads down in any situation. Sydney FC have possession now. Vermeers utilising here Van der Sark and again King. Van der Sark finding here support. Tilio's decided to go for the short shirt in the second half instead of the long one. As Van der Sark has possession. Now inside the circle. Ventura. And now Scabilio utilises here Van Meurs. King. Van Meurs. Scabilio. Possession after that pass by Van der Sark. Again, and now Ventura. Scabilio. Van Meurs. And now Sydney FC via Scabilio. Van Meurs again. Middle channel. They get the free kick after the challenge on Lamberton. Now, possession in the middle. And this is Van Meurs. And now Van Meurs, and the pass from Van der Sark. Ball coming back to the left to Tilio. Tilio. Beautiful footwork by Tilio. Looking for the brace here. Set himself up. Found Lamberton. Takes the shot. Ricochets off Hakoah. But I tell you now, both Tilio and Lamberton are looking for goals here. And Lamberton deserves one. He's had the chances in the first half. Tilio, though, the footwork by him. And as I said, was looking for the brace on that occasion. Came up with the corner, though. Ball's worked back in. Game possession, Tilio. Ricochets off. Cox. And now Cox down the right trying to get possession, but the ball goes out. here at Hensley Athletic. Repeating the scoreline is 1-1. And the throw will come in. Lamberton now. Space on the outside. He just has to work it in the middle. Header comes in. And it's saved, but Coop was looking for the goal. And found the keeper instead in Norval. And now he boots this over halfway. Taka now finds space in the middle. Green. Kuno. Taka. Now the ball dropping back. Shattuck can't hold on to it. And now here come the Sky Blues. But the foul is called. Hakoah will have the ball once more. So now on the right. Ball in the middle. Kuno at the end couldn't find the support he was looking for. Now Sydney FC down the right. As the ball is tapped off by Hakoah, so another throw in on the far side of the ground. The flag goes up. So 6 minutes gone in the second half, 1-1 the score. Possession now through King. Van Meurs. Now Scabilio. Finding here Ventura. And now Coop. All worked on nicely at the ends by King. But Hakoah again able to shut it down. Okuno finds Taka on the run. Down the right side, Taka. Making his way inside the box. Crosses it in the middle. Cleared away by Sydney FC. Will be another corner, but still terrific effort in defence. Vermeer should be pleased. So Sydney FC now have to shut down Hakoah once more. This the prime opportunity for the Hakoah to make it 2-1. Corner comes in by Cox. Chance gone begging there for Harry Jones. And now on the counter. Sydney FC. Coop can't get to it. Cleared nicely at the end by Katsionis. And the ball goes out. So Hakoah now will be looking to shut this Sydney FC side down. Got the ability. As I said, Lamberton's been one that's been sniffing for a goal. Marco Tilio for the brace. And Coop now has had some opportunities in his second half as Scabilio. Ball work to the left. Goes in the favour of King, who works it in. The header goes away by Sweeble. As the ball goes out, Lamberton thought that was still in the play, but wasn't. The goal kick has been the call. Referee in charge of this game, of course, Stephen Lucas. Don't forget, of course, on the website nplnsw.com.au. As I said, all the information, fixtures, ladders, results, stories, of course. The reviews of the game come out about, I think 2 hours after when they're posted online. Previews during the week and all the news stories. It's now Taka has on the right side. Hakoah now needs to cross it in. And it's been played out. And it's going to be a corner. Did touch off Sydney FC. Another opportunity. Don't forget also the Facebook page where all the photos, videos are all on there. The team do a fantastic job. And of course the replays on Facebook and YouTube throughout the week. You can watch them. Dissect everything about the competition. 2019, the game is bigger and better. There's now Lamberton in the middle. Tilio. Ball skyrocketed. And the ball goes out. As I said, everything you need to find is easily available in 2019. And for a fan of the game, you'll be so happy. Christmas for adults, they say, and that's what the website is every day. There's always a present. As now, it's Hakoah work it through the middle. Was played down and Sydney FC have it on the counter. Marco Tilio. Did ricochet off Cox. Tilio nearly for a second had it. So now the ball is lost by Green. And now, Skadatis. He's got the head bandage on now. Lost possession. Akuno's been brutal again, both attack and defence. Now possession here in the middle for Van der Sarg. That wasn't a great ball by Marco Tilio. Coop can't control it. Ventura plays it. Trying to find Lamberton on the run. Did chest there Coombs. The challenge was fair. As the ball goes out, will be a throw in on the far side. And now, Hakoah once more trying to pepper. And they're back on the left wing. Ball goes towards here Cox. Challenge called on Cox and gets the foul. 12 minutes gone, second half. 1-1 the score. If you just joined us, Football New South Wales. Every game is live streamed on NPL NSW via the YouTube page. I think it's Football New South Wales on YouTube and NPL New South Wales. So we've got to change too. And coming off the field will be in Harry Jones, and on the field will be in Nathan Roberts. We'll get to Nathan Roberts in a second. There's a cheeky story I've been told. As here's the free kick, and opportunity for Hakoah to try to stop this. Sydney FC, and they did the job, but Coombs was close. But getting back to Nathan Roberts, as I said, I was speaking to the Hakoah coaching staff. Won't know names, but he is on the list, but he's not the head coach. That helps. Nathan Roberts wears the number 10, and the joke was, how many number 10s do you see start from the bench? But Nathan Roberts is a very good player. Not going to mention who gave me that joke, but as I said, he's on the list. Sydney FC have the ball in the middle. Skadatis. But Shua loses possession. This is Hakoah. Pushed away, and Sydney FC have another chance here. Lamberton, who looked a little bit groggy there. Seems to be limping a touch. Keep an eye on him because he has been good, but he's on the run now as we speak. Blanchura is the man with possession. As the ball is played out, it'll be a throw-in for Sydney FC, but Hakoah fans not happy on the far side. As the ball goes out, will be a throw-in on the outer side for Hakoah. Taka. Shattuck. Now it's Cox. Opportunity here. Again, pushed out by Sydney FC through Van Meurs. But Gaffier has had some prime opportunities. It's looking for a brace too. So Nathan Roberts to take this corner. Works it nicely to outside the 6-yard box as that bounces and it goes out. This looks like it's another change here. And coming off will be Cooper, who's had a good shift. And coming onto the field here will be in Giuseppe Tilio. So the Tilio boys look like they'll be having the show now. We're both on the paddock. They'll be lethal for sure, those two, the Tilios. Ball now worked over halfway. Sataka. Nice pass back and good ball down the middle by Oliver Green. Whistle was blown though. See heard in the background. Nathan Roberts, another one that's a former Sutherland Shark too, I might add. Ventura, part of that NYL side, of course, and a lot of them played in the National Youth League over 18-19. Ventura plays it down. Vendesag. Ventura. As I said, they haven't officially made that change yet. Expecting them to. It's Coot, that's name was on the board. And they'll officially make that change now. And Cooper's going off and Giuseppe Tilio will be on. They did have the board up before, so that's where we saw it and we thought they were going to make the change, but they weren't allowed to at the time. So that's at the 18th minute in the second half. Hewitt Bell works that deep over halfway. And the ball goes out. So now position here for Hakoah with Shattuck to take the throw. Taka back to Shattuck. Ball worked over halfway nicely by Katsionis. But realistically, it just goes straight back to Hewitt Bell. Now the ball worked to the right. Van der Sarg. Skodatis. Pull over the top and goes back to Noval. Reading the score is 1-1. Sydney FC and Hakoah Sydney City East. Scabilio. Ventura. Scabilio. Vermeers. Scabilio. Ventura. Sky Blues just playing it in their own half here. The possession game is where they see themselves in. Scabilia now over halfway. Works it into the box. It's cleared away. Nicely done at the end by Katsionis. Another change being made too. Ventura is coming off. And on the field will be in... See that here. It will be in Callum Talbot. Talbot, the man who's on the field. 21 minutes gone. So the Sky Blues with possession now. Van der Sarg. Nice tap on. Giuseppe Tilio just couldn't get the cross in. Ball was touched out. It'll be a throw to Hakoah. Did touch off Sydney FC last. Ball worked down the line. And it's Hakoah again. And that occasion Nathan Roberts was dispossessed and can hold on to the possession. Don't forget, all games are live streamed in 2019. Watch them live or watch them on full replay. Every game covered. The whole cool team in 2019. Looking forward to bringing every game. It's a good cast too. There's now the ball in the centre. Don't forget the late game tonight, which I think a lot of people are looking forward to watching that. Isn't that great for a Sunday night kip? Before you go for a Sunday night kip, I should say, you can watch the game between Apia Laika and Marconi. Isn't that a good game tonight? Apia Marconi. It looks like there'll be a change in a moment for Hakoah. It's a shame I won't be able to watch the first half. I'll be on my way back home. But I think I'll be doing the old Bluetooth and just listen to the voice of Will Gotsis, who's calling the game tonight. So Gaffier is off the field. And on the field for Hakoah is that man in saying we expect to have a big say in the next couple of minutes. As possession again for Sydney FC. Good work there by Giuseppe Tilio. Finding Lamberton. The ball is worked back. And now Van der Sarg. Back to the right side. Giuseppe Tilio does find Van der Sarg. Crosses it in. Goes over the bar. And just plays around on the net before it goes out. The score remains here 1-1. 25 minutes gone. And I hope you're enjoying the action wherever you may be. Right across the world, 2019, every game is live streamed. In NPL 1, Match of the Day NPL 2, all under 20s NPL 1 games too, I might add, in the first grade for the women in the women's NPL 1 comp. So much football to sink your teeth in. Don't forget, you can still get to the games. Always a great day out to watch all three grades. Sydney FC have possession in the middle. And this is in Van Meers. Cotillo. His shot is saved by Norval. As I said, Sydney FC will be looking to regain the lead after scoring the first goal of the game. It was a good goal too, or it was a penalty, but it was a good goal in the sense of the way that Sydney FC got the penalty. They were looking for the first goal of the game and deserved it, to be truthful. But at the same time, we can say that Hakoah didn't deserve to be one goal down, and level pegging's probably where he deserves to be. Both sides have played very tough. As I said, conditions here have been warm, but that wind now coming from the north of the ground. We started at about 28 degrees, or 27 degrees to be correct, and that still hasn't changed. But the wind chill factor hasn't really played a great deal. We're back now to 26 degrees as that changes. As I said, a warm day around Sydney town. I think it was getting up to around 31 to 32 degrees. And I know Dave McDonald, who mentioned in the game between Blacktown City and Mount Druitt Town Rangers, said the heat there was very oppressive. And Sydney's west at Seven Hills, as you see the ball going in favour of Sydney FC. Of course, that was the game between Blacktown City and Mount Druitt Town Rangers. 1-0 the score. Blacktown City winning that game. I think a lot of surprises that Sutherland Sharks game. We'll get to that shortly, because I think that's a game that a lot of people will be watching on replay. See, you wouldn't believe it. They defeated Sydney Olympic. That scoreline, I think, was 1-0 from memory. And Manly losing to Wollongong 2-1. I think that's a bit of a surprise too. Though Wollongong have boosted their lineup pretty nicely, I've got to say. A few of the games, of course. And don't forget, you'll be able to see those games in full on replay. I keep on mentioning it, but it's a great tool in 2019. There's now ball work to the left-hand side. This is in King. And at the end, Norval just pops out of nowhere to get to the ball. So the FC, of course, I think they've got one change from memory. As Taka has position for Hakoah inside the box, works it out of the box again. And on this occasion, Sayan couldn't get that shot, but he got the pass away, and Ikazel takes the shot that goes over the bar and goes towards the trucks over there on the right. Hits the fence before it hits one of the trucks. The score remains 1-1. As I said, the wind chill factor's been key in the second half, coming from the north. So the backs of Hakoah, I should say. Sydney FC going up towards the wind. So Hakoah will be able to get usage out of that in the second half here. 29 minutes have elapsed in this second half. Ball going to the right here in Sydney FC through Giuseppe Tilio. We're trying to get to the ball, but just going to get to it. Interesting thing too about Giuseppe Tilia, of course, he scored 20 goals, or 2 goals last year in 20, I should say. 2 goals in 20 last season. Marco scored 4 in the National Youth League in 18-19. Giuseppe, of course, coming off the bench today, as now we see the next change. And this is for, of course, Hakoah, as we see Cox off the field. And coming on will be Stephen Chester. Is now near halfway. Hakoah quickly come back to the left. It's Coombs. And here's a chance, maybe too deep here. Chester was in the right position, but Taka was there for clean-up. And now goes back to Sayan. Sayan in the middle. That's headed away by Sydney FC. Still the Boars alive. It's headed down. The Sky Blues again on the charge. Right side sees Lamberton. And now it's Hakoah once more. And it's a challenge there. That sees Hakoah to get the free kick. And quickly going to the left. It was Dominic Cox that's off the field, and my apologies, was Oliver Green. That was the man who was subbed. There's now, it's Katsionis. And in the middle it was Nathan Roberts. Turned over and Sydney FC at possession. And now, chance here, and the shots! And Geordie Sweeble makes it 2-1. Beautiful effort at the end by Geordie Sweeble. Basically just had to beat Norval, and he did. And it's 2-1. And with 13 minutes remaining in this contest, isn't that a big moment? Sweeble scoring the goal. In a sense, you could have said he was swibbling past the defence. And makes it 2-1. And now Hakoah again have to come from behind here with Tark on the right. Wouldn't you be annoyed, because Hakoah have had some opportunities in the second half as well. Sayan to the left. As on the right side, it's played down the line. Callum Talbot, I should say. And now this is Sayan. And again, Hakoah, nice work. Kuno finds Roberts. Roberts on the left here. Wants to get the cross in, couldn't. And it will be a Sydney FC ball. And the last of the changes to be made. And coming on will be, coming off I should say, first of all will be, so we'll get that confirmation here. It will be in Lamberton, who's off the field. And coming on will be Holman. So Holman's on the field. That, of course, is a late change. Well, not a late change for Sydney FC, but as you would see in the teams that were named on the team sheet that came out on Thursday, Holman wasn't on there on the official program, but was added later on the match centre. Of course, all the latest changes you will see on the match centres. Now, here's the chance! And that just didn't sneak in. Van der Sarg was hoping he'll take that turn in, but it went out. Score remains 2-1. So there's the header out. Holman. So with about 10 minutes of regulation time remaining, Taka working in the middle. Has the ball again after Saying passes it to him. And again, Okuno trying to find Taka on the run. He does, but he's taken down the challenge. And the flag is up. The linesman thought there was a free kick involved, and then Stephen Lucas said yes, it has to be the call. And they'll have it outside the box. This will be for Nathan Roberts. Can Roberts set this up to make it 2-2? It's 2-1 here at Hensley. Just outside the 6-yard box. Kuno from the edge of the 18, the header! And it's in! It's Dominic Cox! But no! The crowd was excited, but nope. The last moment, it's disallowed. The offside flag goes up. Oh, doesn't that give you heart palpitations when that happens? Especially if you're Sydney FC. And if you're Hakoah, you'd be really annoyed because you've had 2 goals disallowed today. One for a handball, one for an offside. And that's going to prove the difference probably in the end. Though, a stat you can add is probably about 5 minutes after that happened, they scored an equaliser. So you don't want to play against time, do you? They've got to get that equaliser now with 9 minutes remaining. The ball has worked towards the 18-yard box. As the ball bounces past the byline. Actually, a few interesting tidbit stats. I keep on alluding to the first 2 goals of the game were both penalties. We've had 2 disallowed goals. And if Hakoah score an equaliser, it would have to be in the field of play to make everything sound parody like the first half. Skyrocketed up at the ends by King. Comes down, Hakoah. Header through Okuno. And he's been good today, Okuno. You'd love to see him score a goal. Taka as well. And he's down the right side. He chips it forward. And now Chester. Just can't get to it at the end. Cleared away, Sydney FC. And it'll be a throw in on this near touchline. So it will be in Katsionis who throws it in. Kuno taken down the challenge. Cleared away nicely by Marco Tilio. Coombs with possession. As the ball is worked back to Norval. That goes past Katsionis as it's out for a throw-in. Doing some research during the week as well. You always find some unique stats to look at. Stephen Chester's one that I found, and I'm one who does like to throw in unique things and unique insight into players, of course, and I actually found the LinkedIn profile of Stephen Chester. He's actually from Queensland initially and has moved over to Sydney and to Hakoah for work purposes. He's moved to Sydney. He's now part of legal counsel at TAFE. So that's his weekday job, and by weekend plays football. I think he prefers the weekend job to the weekday job. I don't know. He actually worked for Football Queensland too. Just remember that too. You got to like LinkedIn. There's possession now through Van der Sarg, and now this is whipped to the right. And Callum Talbot just couldn't hold the control, so it was played out by Hakoah. But the flag was blown, and the flag was, I should say, raised, and the whistle was blown, saying it went past the sideline. It will be a throw-in. It will be about Actually, in fact, it will be a corner by the looks of it now. I thought for a second they called the throw. In fact, it is a corner, yes. It was just past the byline for a second. I thought he may have called the throw. I think Sydney FC thought the same. But anyway, corner comes in. It's skied up and now comes down and pushed wide at the end by Jerry Skatatis. Skatatis has had a great game today. And of course, was injured at one point. So now, ball work deep to the left-hand side by Dominic Cox. Sagan now, putting his spin on things in this game. Ball too deep, you would think. And at the end there, Kitsionis really tried to get his foot down and push it back into field of play, but couldn't. Good thing is, though, it's only a throw-in, not a goal kick, so at least they can turn it around. 4 minutes remaining in the second half. Regulation, of course, will have injury time, probably about 3 to 4 minutes. That's by my estimate. As now Sydney FC playing it down the line. Norval has to clear this. That goes over halfway. Van der Sarg finding support. Now Holman. Pass in the middle. Here's the chance for Sydney FC. The offside flag's up. Geordie Sweeble just couldn't find the brace. He was in open pasture. Maybe you would say that Holman's pass is a little bit short. But for highlights rule would have enjoyed that. But sadly, it's not a goal. It was a good effort, though. So things starting to simmer a little bit. And Sydney FC and Hakoah playing a fantastic game. It's 2-1. Repeating, Sydney FC lead the game. Don't forget you can get your comments in on Facebook at NPL New South Wales. It's Twitter at NPL NSW and NPLNSW.com.au, the website. And the YouTube page, I think, from memory, Football New South Wales. Repeating the news of a couple of games and the scores we've seen. There's now the ball down the right side, Sydney FC. Trying to make it 3-1 and put this game out of balance. Still in that teetering position because Hakoah can force the draw still. You would hope they do. There's now Sayan. Tried to hold possession but couldn't at the end, and Sydney FC down the left. Holman. And now we got Geordie Sweeble who wins possession. Sweeble and Holman overran. The Sky Blues probably should have got the goal there. Anyway, pass there by Sayan, too deep for Taka. But they're saying that it's touched off Sydney FC. It's going to be a throw in. That's the official there making a call. Just repeating the news, the games today. Sydney FC, as I said, leading 2-1 in this one against Hakoah. But Rockdale and City United 58 at nil all. There's a red card too to one of the Rockdale players. That's the first red card of the season. With Sutherland defeating Sydney Olympic 1-0. Wollongong defeating Manly 2-1. And Blacktown City lead Mount Druitt Town, or defeated Mount Druitt Town 1-0, I should say, in that contest. The ladder at the moment looks Sydney FC and Wollongong on even pegging. There's now Sydney FC trying to go down the right. Giuseppe Tilio. And Giuseppe Tilio was trying to force that pass but couldn't at the end. And now Hakoah on the counter. Sayan. Tarker's on the run. Doesn't use him though. Decides to go on the left-hand side. This is where Chester is. The ball is played out. And we'll get the injury time notification of how long we've got in a moment. So, as I said before that ladder, even at the moment will be Sydney FC, Wollongong and Blacktown City. So that's the three with Sutherland Sharks, so the four I should say. And that's provided, of course, if Sydney FC win. So we're into added time here. I think you'll find it's 3 minutes. And now Sydney FC again looking for something, but there was no support on the left side. Katsionis finding here Shattuck. Actually, interesting thing about Shattuck as well, he's a recruitment consultant during the week. New job too, I think he got that job in August. LinkedIn works out well as the ball is played out by Jerry Skatatis. And now the ball played down the line. And now Roberts looking for this. At the end, Skatatis, I should say, yes, Skatatis just beat him. And now on the left back to Roberts, trying to slide it through. And even Chester tried his best. And it was Hewitt Bill. I was able to get the gavel on that occasion. This game about to be finished. Sydney FC will be hoping the case goes in their favour. Tarker on the right. Down the line, nice ball. Nice centering pass by Sayan. The shot is wide of the mark. And Chester. Oh, he nearly had it. He nearly had it. Oh, well, just not to be. And it looks like we're heading towards a 2-1 victory to the Sky Blues. And that's nearly time. Nearly went off just a touch early here. As the ball goes out. And they'll have one last opportunity. You hope that this ends into one of the great endings. Hakoah showed signs of it nearly. But this looks like it's over now. City FC 2-1 to the good. Van der Sarg back to the right. Taken down on the challenge, Ellis Talbot. So 2-1 will be that scoreline here. So we're approaching the whistle. So 2-1. Repeating the scores in the other games. Blacktown City 1. And now Georgetown 0 as it's full time. And Sydney FC have defeated Hakoah 2-1. In what has been a good game of football. And we saw two fantastic opportunities. Of course, one of them a goal for Sydney FC and the other one Hakoah, which we thought would have been a great goal if the offside flag wasn't called for Cox. But it was 2-1. The goals at the end, of course, we saw the first one for Sydney FC, Marco Tilio, after the penalty, and the second one was given to Geordie Sweeble with a beautiful shot. And then for Hakoah, it was a goal towards that man who played well today in Guthier. And at the end, it was 2-1 for Sydney FC. That's full time here. As I said, repeating the other game scores before we do leave you here. It was a victory towards Blacktown City against Mount Georgetown Rangers 1-0. Wollongong defeating Manly 2-1. Sutherland too good for City Olympic 1-0. And Sydney United Rockdale at the moment still going. It's 0-0. If you want to watch the ending of that game, Adam Santaros has got the call. And don't forget, in a couple of minutes, you'll be able to watch the live stream of the match between Apia Leichhardt and Marconi. And in commentary for that will be Will Gotsis. It's good night. Nicholas Kutyak here, signing off from Hensley Athletic.